you know, for my age, I think my skin is pretty good because I fortunately in this business I get to try a lot of wonderful skincare products, but they can only do so much.
Right.
So I would say pores are one.
Right.
Some of the lines, like smile lines, you
Okay.
know, are things that I smile a lot. And so they definitely, which is a good thing, but they make some lines that, and then obviously I think the filler is what's filling in, like from the TMJ. I have some kind of sinking in there. But
Yeah,
I think
that's going to help a
overall,
lot.
yeah, I think it's just more that just as bright and vibrant and fresh. You know, I'm going through menopause, 57, so
Okay.
yeah, just as fresh as.
So usually with the Cyndee Special, what we do is 4 lasers along with PRP microneedle. Now, any issues with doing PRP with your blood that you've heard of?
I have no the line
problem.
is gone. I'm
Everything's good.
healthy. Yes.
So we'll draw 1 tube of blood, we'll spin it down and take the platelets out. And that will be the final thing we do on you. Before then, now I know I should have tried to get in here before Dr. Mess.
Oh,
But it looks like you have a little bit of red. Is that correct?
I do have
Little
redness.
rosacea?
I've never been formally diagnosed with rosacea, but I am half Irish, so I think it's just that.
Pretty
yeah.
normal.
I think
People
it's-
have it. We all have it.
Exactly.
Kinda. So I think we should do an IPL for the rosacea.
Perfect.
I think we should follow it, especially in the smile lines and under eye lines, with the Fraxel, which is actually a 1540 Palomar. That one's a little owie sting, so we'll use ice or something to cool it down. Then I think we should follow it by a deeper Clear and Brilliant called a 1440, and then finish with microneedle PRP.
And do you want to tell them what some of these things are, especially PRP, because it's known as the vampire facial, but that's what they call it. But do you want to tell them what it is and why you do it you layer these things and you end up with the PRP because that's the most healing treatment.
Well, the reason I layered them is I put this together because the PRP is where you take your platelets who have all the growth factors and healing products in them, and they use it in injecting kneecaps and hip bones, and they found how much that healed them. So then the facial industry came in and made platelets available for skin. So we have a special platelet count for skin, and it heals your skin. When we do the lasers, we are actually causing injury to the skin to have it heal, because the healing will bring along collagen. The IPL will kind of dissipate your fine capillaries. And then this PRP will come on top of it and heal everything much more quickly. I used to have people be out of work for 1 week after doing like my laser treatment, and now within 1 day they're back with makeup on.
That's fantastic, and this is something exclusive to you. I mean, the Cyndee Special is...
The Cyndee Special is something I made up,
Yes.
but it wouldn't be that hard for me to tell somebody how to do it. And I'm sure other areas are layering lasers. I hope they are, because you just get more bang for your buck, really, honestly.
And it's an incredible value, and also because you do all this at once, and you, like you said, you break down the skin, and then you also add this healing at the same time.
You add the healing, so your healing time, most of us can't really afford to take 2 weeks off every couple months to have our skin healed. And I'll be anxious to see what it is for you.
I am too.
You may call me and say, oh yeah, everyone is different. You may call and say, you know what, really for me, I didn't want to go out for 2 days. You may call me and say, I would have gone out that night, to be honest with you. So everyone is different, for sure.
And I have no idea. Now, what about the neck? We talked
We'll
about
do the neck also.
Okay, because the neck is one thing that women, especially as you get older, rear. It's so funny because Nora Ephron read that book, and I didn't know what she was talking about. Then all of a sudden, you know what she's talking about. All of a sudden, like one day you look and you're like, what the heck happened to my neck?
You're 57, I'm 65,
Yeah,
so we
so
all
the neck thing.
we all get there.
Yeah, so thank you so much. Well, I am so excited to share this with you guys. I don't know who called it a vampire facial, but regardless, I'm excited to try all these things, and the fact that it's natural.
Yeah, and this is part of a vampire facial, but the old way they did the vampire facial is they took the platelets and injected it everywhere. And we can still do that, but in my particular circumstance, I like using it as a healing power. And you've used other injectables, so you don't really need the extra.
Yeah, I just did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't done it before. This is all new.
I know, it's so exciting.
Thanks to you. Yeah, this
You're
is
gonna love
so amazing. All right, you guys, stay tuned because we're going to be getting
taking you in?
all these. She's going to take me in and turn back the clock.
You're so cute.
Look at this, you guys. This is so cool. So we are in the process of doing PRP.
On the face for healing. And so what looked like a regular tube of blood when we took it 10 minutes ago, now spun down, and there's a silicone plug that's holding down the red blood cells. This is all the plasma, and we are now going to take that out of the tube and use it to microneedle into your face when we're ready to go.
Amazing. And that is going to have this amazing healing property after we do these layers of lasers. Yes, to kind of break down the skin. Or what's the language you use?
To get the collagen regrowing and going. And each laser, I'll explain it to you as I do it.
As we layer it, and so that will help us in our healing process. And everything we're doing in here is natural. Yep.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna go. So the first laser that we're gonna be applying to your face today is called an IPL, which stands for Intense Pulse Light, and that targets red capillaries and brown sunspots, and will probably even help a little bit with the slight bruising you got from your injectables. And you shouldn't feel too much pain. You'll feel a flash of light, a little bit of a rubber band snap, and it'll be doing one pass.
Awesome.
And this is just a light, it's called a Lex lotion. It just helps me to slide over your face a little easier.
And this is, it ends up bringing up things like the sun damage that's sort of buried that we don't see, right?
Yes, it can, for sure.
So it can help you with like precancerous things that might lead to.
Sometimes it can. The microneedling and other laser really does that, even more than this. Okay, so you hear me cool? How does that feel?
Fine.
What's that? Little rubber band snap, right? And I like to do it pretty quickly because
You go fast.
get it done and out of the way. Otherwise, we're here for hours and it just gets worse. So I lay it flat on your face and do like about a 50% overlay to make sure everything stays really smooth.
So you do a sort of pattern.
It's actually just a straight pattern. So this is laser number 2, and this laser is called a 1540 fractionated non-ablative laser. A lot of people are familiar with the name Fractional. This is a different company. And this has 2 heads to it, one that looks a little bit like a meat cleaver. Let me show it to you, Catherine. And this is going to push light deep into the collagen.
Wow.
And that's where I was saying we might be able to reconfigure that scar. Followed by a flat head, and this is going a lot deeper into the dermis. We use this laser for fine lines and wrinkles, for acne scarring, and for rejuvenating collagen. And I actually think this one's a little uncomfortable myself, especially around the mouth, so I use a machine called a Zimmer, which just blows cold air, that's all it does, but it cools the skin immediately, so it's not so uncomfortable.
Now there are different kinds of Fraxels. There's an ablative and a non-ablative. So I want to share what that is and what the difference is.
Non-ablative means there will be no blood products shown. There will not go to there will be no bleeding. Ablative and CO2s many times do, although today they're coming up with CO2s that are non-ablative also. So it's getting much better,
Sophisticated technology.
much more sophisticated technology.
There you go.
There you go. Thank you.
And why do you layer? Why do you start with the intense pulse light and then go to the Fraxel?
You know, it's intuitive for me because I made this up myself. I don't even know that I know, but I don't always do the IPL if somebody doesn't have the need for it. and I don't always do the 1540 if somebody doesn't have the need for it.
It's very
But if I'm
customized.
doing, it's very customized. If I'm doing all of them, I feel like the Max G allows me to see the skin from the surface first. Then I go deeper, then I kind of go medium, and then we heal with the PRP. I actually don't know how much of a difference it would make, but for me this just makes the most sense. Dr. Westmore,
Well, you've been doing it for, how long have you been doing the Cyndee Special?
probably 6 years.
Okay, long time. And if people were to do these treatments individually, it would be a lot more cost prohibitive. It's a huge benefit, both in the effect, the impact you get, and cost savings and time savings.
Absolutely. That's absolutely true. If you were doing not the Cyndee Special and just the PRP microneedling, the cost is almost the same.
Wow.
So all the lasers get added in for free because I was getting such great results.
That's amazing.
So here we go. I'll let you feel what it feels like first. I was like, you to feel, and then I'll go a little more quickly if you're good with that. So I'm basically going to do around the mouth and the lip and on the nose and under the eye and then on your neckline. How does that feel?
Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you'll see as I stack on it, it will get a little more heat sensitive. So the next laser that we are going to use on your beautiful face is called the Clear and Brilliant. And we are actually going to use, it has 2 different applicators, and we're actually going to use the 1440, which is a deeper applicator.
And why do you use that one for
So
me?
the reason I'm using that is the way I teach my girls, which is a simple way, but not always right, is anybody over 35 who has fine lines and wrinkles, this is going to go deeper. The Permea, however, is the only one you want to use on someone who's got melasma, which is a brown mass from pregnancy. So if somebody's 40 and has that, you would still want to use the Permea. And if someone had more fine lines and wrinkles for a 33-year-old, you would want to use the 1440. Like Hannah loves the 1440 and she's 29. So you have to use some creative thought. But this is going to go a little deeper and do a little more collagen boosting. Looks like this.
Wow.
It rolls.
Yeah.
So you can feel a rolling
Everyone's
effect.
just a little bit different.
Everyone.
And why do you layer this one again? I know it's intuitive, but is there something different that you see with this?
One of the things I like about this one is it's very easy to make everything look perfectly smooth. So I like to finish the face off with that because all the red is just perfectly smooth, and I know that it's all gonna, there's a word I'm looking for here, gonna be cohesive, I guess would be what I would say.
And as we get older, pores become much more noticeable. So everything that you're doing actually shrinks the pores. What does it do with the pores?
It actually does shrink the pores, although that's probably one of the hardest things you can do. The laser that I just finished doing on you, the 1540, actually creates columns that close up in the skin, causing the pores to shrink. This builds the collagen so the pores appear smaller. This is our favorite laser for pores that I'm doing right now. But so does the microneedle. So all of these are kind of doing everything, which is why I think you get a lot of bang for your buck, if that makes sense.
It makes perfect sense.
So I'm going to start here, and I'm going to again use my little zimmer here because A, it dries the skin and makes my machine look fuller, but B, it feels better for you. How are you doing?
Good.
I find this one to not be that bad, but the last patient I did this on thought this one was very uncomfortable, more so than the one before. You can let me know what you think. So this is our micro pen, and it has the ability to go to all different depths. So we can go from 0.5 of a millimeter to 2.5, depending on the area of the face and how thick it is. Go deeper on the cheeks, less deep around the eyes and on the forehead. I like to go different levels in the cheek area, so you can take it. And that's how we're going to infuse the PRP for healing. And also we use it for pore sizes.
And what does it do? Microneedling, what does it do?
As far as what does it do for your skin?
What is it? Yes, what does
So
it
we're
do?
using it to infuse in the PRP. That's the main reason we're using it today.
So healing, you're using
But
it.
for healing, but it also is fantastic for pore size. Because again, it's making a small little incision into your skin. Your skin's going to heal and close up and become tighter. Works great on any kind of pore size, acne scarring, fine lines and wrinkles, under eye wrinkles. It's fantastic.
Okay, when I look at you, you are how old again, you said?
65.
I mean, you have to look at the close
Oh,
up camera. I mean,
65.
it's hard to believe because you look just so natural and so
I feel
youthful.
like I am with
Just really,
thank you,
really,
thank you very much. I
Really
do
do.
all of this and not much else.
Yeah.
So I have Dr. Mess to inject and these lasers to say thank you to.
It's amazing. But it's true. I mean, it really is. Yeah, but it's really. What's lovely is it just sort of stops the clock or turns the clock back naturally. Very natural.
Well, it's so good for you, right?
Yeah, it is good for you.
So I'm going to take that away, and I'll tell you why. We're going to drop it because I did that once, and the PRP went flying everywhere, and I went, whoops, there went the gold. So I'm going to just lightly put this onto your skin, and I'm telling you, probably within a minute, you'll feel its healing properties, which is kind of what I love. Is that right away you start to go, oh my gosh.
I think I deserve that after all this today.
You do.
I'm so excited to see the results, but I can definitely feel my face feels on fire right now.
And probably also a little puffy, right?
Puffy on fire.
And please tell me if I hurt you because I know you're also sore. And that is the hard thing about doing all of this